What's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Straight No Chase, the Cowboys podcast with your boy Hoop Jargon, my guy JC, and my guy D Brown, the birthday boy D Brown. So happy birthday to Mr. Darren Brown, sir. I'll let you have the
Appreciate
first word. How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. I'm still buzzing from last night, to be honest with you. So I'm feeling real good. Got it in a little bit last night, but I appreciate the birthday love, bro. It's like the old Baptist preacher said, it's just good to be here one more time. Yes, sir.
Good old Southern Baptist preachers will give you the generic word every Sunday, twice every Sunday.
Yes, indeed.
God is good all the time.
All the time.
All right, man. JC, how you feeling, bro?
Man, glad to be here. Again, you know what I'm saying? Dropping it like it's hot Saturday night. And Rain Black Sunday. Asking for forgiveness. You feel me?
I hope you wasn't proud of that.
I love it, man. I love it. Yeah, man. Hey, big ups, man. Happy belated to DB. I know,
Appreciate
might have been a little drinking involved. Fun time for you, DB. My man. So happy birthday, bruv. Again, man, great to be here in the DF dub and just ready to jump right into it, man, and get it cranked up.
Let's go. All right, so yeah, man. And D Brown, you holding up better than I would after my birthday. I tell you what, it'd be one of these going on if it was me on my birthday.
Oh yeah, okay. I thought it was gonna be there at about 7:30, man, but I hate to reset button like my man Yamamoto. So
man,
give me the ball.
Speaking of the devil, man. So and guys, y'all hit the like button to weigh in. Let's make sure we doing housekeeping properly. Yeah, man. Speaking of Yamamoto, man, we'll briefly talk about the World Series. I came in around the 8th inning. I just got off of work, and it felt like I watched a whole baseball game from the 8th all the way to the 11th.
No doubt.
Great damn baseball game. Some saying the greatest World Series of all time, gentlemen. Some of the things that stuck out to you from that game.
Man, it was so when Zen texted that, I was probably on Tequila on the Rocks #4, and
okay.
So I was feeling real good with every pitch. But man, I'm watching that just mind blown at how great when he made me think, man, because sometimes it's kind of a prisoner of the moment. We was like, all right, man, there's probably some more series better than that one. And I'm sitting there thinking, wait a minute, man, because this really did have the great back and forth. Then I dug a little deeper, and I'm like, oh man, so the Dodgers literally won 3 road games in this series, and the one home game that they won was 18 innings. That's some crazy shit, man. And then to take the game 7, and then the shit with Yamamoto, man. I mean, the dude he pitches a 96 pitch gem to get game 6, to get it to game 7, and then he goes and tells the manager at 2:00 in the afternoon, "Hey man, I want to pitch." Who the hell does that? Especially nowadays with load management and all this other shit, man. I mean, that was some shit you would hear about, back in the, probably the 30s and 40s, man, where guys would pitch every day and pitch 9-inning games and shit like that. This dude comes and he said, "I'm gonna go do a toss session, play catch," and comes back and say, "Hey, I'm good. I want the ball," and then goes out and does that. But man, the drama, 2 things. And I mean, Cliff, you out in Cali, so I know they crazy lit out there, but man, they got to be sick, and I mean physically ill in Toronto. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, it was 32 years since they've been, and they get that close.
Yeah.
And for me, Joey, well, I throw it to you on this note. I'm thinking, that drought takes me back to the was it the 2011 World Series with the Rangers and Cardinals? 1 strike. Twice.
Yeah, 2011.
One strike. And I'm sitting there, and that's before the Rangers, executed that magic November 1st, 2023. But man, I can't imagine what the Toronto fan is feeling now. It had to be something like what the Rangers fans was feeling to get that close from being that long. And who knows when they get back, right? Whatever that is. What a hell of a series.
Yeah,
it seemed like Toronto was going to win it the whole time. I felt like it seemed like they outplayed the Dodgers the whole time, and them Los Angeles bastards just wouldn't go away. They just would not go away, man. That was epic. I loved seeing Mad Max. Damn, man, this guy. How many Game 7s has this cat started? Right. I just love his intensity, man. That dude is intimidating. He's awesome, man. And then just Vladdy Jr., the way he was playing, Shohei getting into it, man. That shit was epic.
It was.
That shit was epic, man. Without a real rooting interest, for me, being a Ranger fan, but it kind of got me thinking how, to be, in terms of fandom, you think about it. Like for the championships that I've experienced as a DFW fan, the Cowboys, they rolled everybody they played in the Super Bowl constantly every time. This shit never came to the end. All right. The Stars, man, that was an epic game that they won the Stanley Cup in, but that was Game 6. Okay. I'm talking all the marbles, right? The Rangers won that bitch 4-1. The Mavericks, they won in Game 6. You know what I'm saying? But then it got me to remembering what D. Brown was just talking about, the Cardinals. I have experienced an all or nothing moment. The problem was we fucking lost. You know what I'm saying? We lost. But no, wait. No, that was Game 6. That was also Game 6. So back to my original point. I've never experienced as a fan it coming down to a final shot, you know what I'm saying? Final, for all of the major championships and the teams that I've been a fan. I've never experienced that. I can just imagine how tense it is because the Cardinals thing, that's right. That was Game 6 because they kind of
that was Game 6 where they lost it with one strike. It went to Game 7 and they got rolled.
They could have won it in Game 6. Yes,
they could have won it Game 6.
You're lost it there.
That's correct.
Still had a chance, but you knew they weren't going to win Game 7. You just knew they weren't, man. But yeah, that was epic, man.
It was.
That was epic, and that was definitely worth the watch.
Yeah, it's just, when you look at the story of Toronto being the worst team in baseball last year.
Yeah.
And, rallying the troops with, I didn't realize George Springer was that goddamn old. Man, it's been like 7 years, me being an Astro fan. I'm like, damn, he's been gone for 8 years? I'm like, damn.
That threw me too, man. It's like, you been gone that long?
I feel like he was just on the team. Shit. I guess him and Bregman, I used to always confuse a little bit, kind of, sort of. But, man, I was like, damn, George Springer has had his own career for a long time. Yeah. And him being, the old head on the team, kind of, sort of, that was good to – well, it was interesting to see the dynamic of him over there. And then, again, like I just mentioned about the dichotomy of them being the worst team in baseball and being, strikes away many times to taking one home.
Yeah.
That was a crazy storyline within itself. And then just watching I lost my train. Oh, Will Smith. 6 consecutive championships. Like it's like if I'm a betting man, wherever Will Smith signed, that's where I'm gonna place my bet who's gonna win the World Series.
That's crazy.
Last 6 he's played. I'm gonna pull the graphic up real quick. The last 6 teams this man has played for and won the World Series. 2020 Dodgers, 2021 Braves, 2022 Astros, 2023 Rangers. Last 2 years the Dodgers. That's insane, man.
Crazy, right? So is he the Robert Horry of Major League Baseball?
Man,
yeah,
that's a hard argument to make. And then also just him getting essentially the game-winning home run for the Dodgers too, man. So he's not just a guy just filling roster space. He had the run to win the World Series, and also with Rojas, man, a great at bat. Just staying with the count, man.
Yes. That was epic.
He's behind in the count. He waited on his pitch with a 3-2 full count. Cranked that baby. Epic. crank that baby all the way to left field. What else could you want from a World Series except the Dodgers losing? Because, again, I'm a Astro fan living in LA, and I ain't got no love for them hoes. And usually I don't care. Usually I don't care. But, I went to a Dodger playoff game last year against the Mets, because my company gave me a ticket. Nice tickets, by the way. Shout out to Mattress Firm. And I had my Astro shit on just because, I'm going to a baseball game. And, because to me, we're not rivals. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I couldn't take 3 steps without somebody saying something about the Astros, dog. I'm like, it's like that. Hey, how Snoop Dogg say, so y'all ain't got no love for Snoop Dogg and Death Row?
Right.
Well, let it be known then.
Right. Wow.
That's where I'm at now. So, fuck the Dodgers. That's where I'm at. So, but ultimately, my internet connection was kind of freezing last night. So, like in the bottom of the, I think the 11th, it started to freeze. But I heard I live in Monrovia, so I started hearing the fireworks going off and all that. I was like, oh shit, Dodgers. You already know
the Dodgers prove that Canada should just become a state.
Yeah.
Once again, Canada should just become a state. Just get it done now.
Oh God.
America Junior.
I mean, Canada does suck.
So go there, America Junior.
Canada does suck. Sorry to my Canadians out there, but y'all don't nobody take y'all serious. All right, but yeah, all right. So good stuff, y'all. Let's go ahead and hop into the reason why we all here. Again, like button smash. You guys subscribe if you're new to Pass the Joint podcast, and also over here on Outside the World on Hoop Jargon. And so yeah, man, let's talk about it. I mean, we're gonna turn these smiles into frowns, man. As we know, the good guys took a tough one last week against the Broncos when we were kind of feeling ourselves. We was kind of feeling ourselves last week. We thought
no doubt
this was the game to prove that we were ready to take that next step, and we just I can tell you the man about the Broncos getting out coached, but we'll talk about all that later. Gentlemen, takeaways from our L to the Denver Ponies / Broncos.
Fire it off, Jake. Go ahead, Jake.
I think we've kind of cauterized the wound. If anybody remembers the Tuesday post game a little bit, and we got some emails from some concerned fans, some good people, some family people that were upset with one Matthew Eberflus in particular. And now, we've had even more time to have it settle in. And again, man, I mean, that it's a hell of a bad visual. That place has always been, as I said many times, a horror show, basically, right? It's been a house of horrors. And, obviously, if you have championship aspirations, right, you don't want to play poorly. You don't ever want to look bad. You always get the feeling if your team looks really, really, really bad multiple times that, yeah, man, you really ain't a contender, regardless of what your record is. The NFL is hinky. That's all I'm going to say, man. It's more hinky, more wild ass than it's ever been. And, teams can pull it together, and I'm probably speaking a little bit more with my heart than my head. Teams can pull it together, man. But, yeah, that was really no explanation as to why, man, them boys go up to Denver and just lay such an egg, you know what I'm saying? Every single time. Like I was in just as an aside, I was in Denver recently, and the observation that I had about Denver is the chicks all look like Caitlin Clark. That was kind of what I saw. It's just an observation. Okay, take it for what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? But that was that was tough to watch. And I had feed issues as well. That was tough to watch, man. And again, but I'm gonna land a play like this. Back in the day, all right, old guy time, right? Whatever the Cowboys record was, man, like now it's 3-4-1. Back in the day, man, it would just be like, well, all right, let's find a way to get to 4-4-1. Then find a way to get to 5-4-1. You know what I'm saying? Because, we had seen the previous incarnations of the Cowboys make runs. There's too many, I can tell you, too many seasons when shit didn't look good and they made a run. All right. The first one was the Super Bowl season. They were 5-4, and there was the whole Craig Morton thing, and boom. Now that's a different circumstance, obviously. But they were 6-5 in 91 and won 5 in a row. Okay, to get into the playoffs. So shit can change. I'm still very, very hopeful. But yeah, man, that was tough watch. No doubt. That was difficult.
D Brown, what you got?
Man, this will be brief. That sucked across the board, from every perspective that you can have. I went back and watched like an extended highlight reel. I didn't do the all 22 thing on that one. And enough of the imagery of what happened watching it live was still pretty fresh in my head. So, but a couple things stood out. One is that one of the things we talked about in shows previous was what would this thing look like when that offense has an off day? If Dak hasn't been as razor sharp as he's been most of this season, and that offense just doesn't quite, have it that day, right? And we saw that defense is one thing's true now. We're 8 games into the deal. That defense can't be counted on for any level of consistency at all. And one clip in particular that I saw, and I think I sent it to you guys, I thought was hilarious the way the guy narrated it, but it was like the top, I think if I remember the clip correctly, it was the top 6 or the worst 6 defenders on the Cowboys defense, and they were all clips of Kenneth Murray, at the linebacker, who was brought over, correct me if I'm wrong, JC, we brought it from the Titans. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Titans.
Man, he looked like me trying to block, trying to make plays against these 300-pound guys. I mean, it would have been unbelievable if I wasn't watching on film to see an NFL linebacker getting pushed. I mean, like contact 15, 18, 20 yards downfield, and the guy is still on him. This is an NFL linebacker. And the other part that was hilarious was how many times it made me think about those clips of Jalen Smith, runs of he's diving, making the dive, and the guy's 5 yards away from him, and he's like just a full out dive, or he's dogpiling on after the play's over. I mean, just the most wild ass shit you've ever seen. And this is Dallas's, linebacker that they went and acquired. So this isn't a matter of guys not focusing or, needing to tighten that shit up, but they need to do that. I just think they're devoid of talent, in multiple spots on their defense, and nothing that you can hang your hat on in terms of getting it together. The run that JC just spoke of, I would love for it to happen, man. I just don't see it happening with that. I think that offense, it will certainly bounce back because I think that offense is that good. And I have reason to believe that. But defensively, they just don't have it. They just flat out don't have it. So just looking at that just made me realize, well, just really more, not realize, but just reaffirm what I've always thought, that, nothing in me thought Dallas was going to make playoffs this year. Because of, what we've seen, 6 of the 8 games that they played, that defense is ass. I mean, where would you somehow find the confidence that they would, for a run to happen, for them to sustain any level of consistency to sniff the playoffs? And once there, then what, right? So, they've got to make some things happen. And I know the trade deadline is Tuesday. I'm gonna stand on this one, and I'll land it here. I don't think there's anything. I don't think that this is a one guy. They go trade for one of the multiple names that we've heard. I don't think if they trade for any of those guys that it fixes that, because a guy like Garrett or a guy like Hendrickson or any of these really top names, Cosby, if you will, I don't think either one of those guys fixes that linebacking core. I don't think either one of those guys fixes the horror show that's in that defensive secondary. So they now I know they're missing a lot of guys, but damn, I mean, that's just talent deficient all the way around. And the last piece was, I don't think that was Shotty's. I think Shotty was off his mark too in terms of play calling, game management, what have you. And you know, Dak was off his square too. I mean, you know, he got greedy there at the end of the first half when there's sure points on the board. You know, you frightened Brandon Aubrey out there, and he got greedy and threw a pick down the middle of the field. And you know, that's just a ball and a decision we haven't really seen Dak make all year. So I think they'll bounce back, but it's I just think, you know, as I landed, man, I think we're just prepared for the roller coaster show, right? One up, one down, one up, one down. And I think if there's going to be a streak of any kind, you know, with this gauntlet that's coming up in a couple of weeks, there may just be the propensity to, you know, for the L Streak, to be honest with you, with the way that defense works, because they're going to really get into some, you know, some heavyweight teams after the Raider game and on the 17th, and it's going to be interesting. But terrible look,
man. I give him a 1 for Watt right now. Now,
you give him what now?
Yeah,
the chat. It was TJ Watt. I'd give him a 1 for Watt right now. And not only that,
wow,
you talk about one guy, Myles Garrett.
Diggs.
You can't get him because the money, probably the pick situation. But damn, you know, if you could jet out my trick, Cleveland are taking a 1, maybe 3 or some shit for him. I don't know. None of your players have any value. But man, I think one guy could tilt the scales, man. This is the one time that I'm glass half full guy and DB is glass half empty guy on a trade.
Wow.
I'm gonna say this, man. Maybe it's the offense of how good they've been most of the year. Like, I still have some type of unrealistic hope in this team. I just don't know why, because it looks so good when we're clicking. Granted, last week we looked like complete ass. We couldn't get really anything going, even though the numbers looked like CD and Pickens had a good game. You look at our run game; it was putrid. Dak, you know, playing, you know, vintage 4 years ago. Like, what the fuck are you doing, Dak? You know. But listen, man, every quarterback's allowed a bad game, so I'm not gonna, you know, throw the baby out with the bathwater, proverbially speaking. You know, from what I saw last week, and man, I want to just put brother Bridges. It seemed like every time I turned around, boy, they was headhunting your ass out there on that field, man.
It was tough.
Please, that looked like some college shit right there. Like when you see a D back out there who has no business out there, and you like, you know what, go at his ass. I don't care what we call him. Go at his ass. That's what that was, what you saw, ladies and gentlemen, last Sunday. I felt so bad for that kid watching him just get picked on and picked on and picked. Like on the NFL level, you don't really see that.
Not only him, man, but your boy Elam. They could have been just as good with 10 guys on defense, man. With the
wow.
Playing a nice little bracket out there. Just,
man, hey, it's plenty of blame to go around. You feel me?
Yeah, fair enough. Every time I look up, man,
like that shit with Murray. When DB sent me the video with Murray, I was like, damn, man, you were talking about Jalen Smith. Smith used to just step the wrong fucking way. All right? This fucking goof. He would just step the wrong way. He would still come downhill. He would just fucking step to like, dude, what are you doing? Right? This Murray guy, he was like, the film is horrific. Right? He's bailing and heading to the house. Oh shit, man. I'm gonna head out. Right? Your man would not get downhill at all. And again, you know, plenty of blame to go around, but they got some cats out there on the field, man, that anybody would be fucking better. Anybody.
It's an indictment.
You know what I'm saying? I know it's hard to get corners and shit like that. I get that, man, but anybody.
We keep trying to anybody plug and play. It ain't working. So I don't know about that.
Right.
We bringing motherfuckers off the practice squad, and they getting toasted just like the regular everyday guys. So I don't know if I can co-sign on that one.
Which begs the question: what are they practicing?
There you go. Now we get into the crux, baby.
Which begs the question. I mean, you know, and I can't believe I'm doing this again. I'm quoting Jason Garrett, but it's like, you know, there's a reason you're on the team, right? So opportunity comes, you know, because there's injuries in front of you. So you step up. And it's some level of this. I mean, you know, you're not as good as the guy that you're having to replace. And that's why depth charts exist, right? But at some point in that deal, and you're on the field, you got a helmet on, you're wearing the pads, you got a number, you know, you got a name, and
right.
You're out there. At some point, you have to look like an NFL player. At some point, you would think there's a snap or two you might get beat, but you know, they run a sweep to your end, you step up, boom, you tackle a guy, you make a play. It's like, okay, all right. Or you know, you get in, a guy runs a slant on you, man, and you get your hips turned, make the play, bat the ball down, pass breakup. Okay, all right. He look like an NFL guy, man. Nothing about those dudes look like NFL players, man. That's why I sent y'all that clip with Murray. It was like, I was like, can he be fined for this? It's like he was that bad.
You can get anybody to fucking go downhill, to run downhill and scrape. They have drills for the shit. So I disagree with the disagreement. Not doing it. So. You get anybody to run downhill. That Murray shit was disgraceful.
Yeah,
all right, well,
it was real quick. It was just some of the most piss poor individual play in multiple levels, right? I mean, like if you could D-line, linebacker, secondary. I mean, it was horrible. But some of the stuff that was highlighted that you guys brought up, and the one I did with Murray, it's just head scratching. It's like, you guys come off practice squad, and I'm like, well, what the hell are they practicing? If they're like, those practices have to suck if that was what translated in the game. And it's like, man, and if that's the case, but we got a way deeper problem than we realized. If they came out to practice squad and that's what they were practicing against, or that was their level coming from practice to the game, you know. And we've all coached at some level, you know. We always you talk about that, you know. You do what you know, you practice. I mean, you play, you know, all that translates. So let's hope that they had better practice this week so that they play better. We'll see.
I'll just say this, you know, by the numbers, it just looked horrible. Dak Prescott 19 for 31, 188 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. The great Joe Milton, the legend Joe Milton, in his own mind,
out there dropping dimes.
Yeah. See, garbage time dimes is kind of what he does. So.
Tolbert, Magic Man. It's on. He's starting to come into his own. He's been trying to tell you.
Yeah. So Javonte Williams, 13 carries, by far his worst outing, 41 yards.
Wow.
Although getting 2 touchdowns, but it just felt like it was just obsolete. George Pickens, 7 catches for 78 yards. Same for CeeDee Lamb, 7 catches for 74 yards. No touchdowns between 2. Over on the Broncos side, Bo Nix, 19 for 29, 4 touchdowns, 1 pick. J.K. Dobbins, you know, just did his thing all. It felt like every time I looked up, man, he was going for 10 plus. With 15 carries for 111 yards, you know, just a great outing all over. And the receiver core for Denver looked very good to me, from Troy Franklin, Cortland Sutton, Pat Bryant, even Evan Ingram at tight end just looked nice and fluid. Man. Great outing, man. Great coach game by Coach Sean Payton. And
that's what he does.
Listen, man, that's what he does. And I'll say this last thing. Now, this was the thing that scared me, even though I was optimistic about this game, is that we are 1-4 on the road. Well, 1-3 before this game. I was like, don't love that. And Denver still undefeated, you know, at home. Yep. So those kind of things do matter, man.
They do indeed. And they came to the 4, and it was some ugly, ugly shit.
Yeah, it was. So, all right, let's throw it in the bin. Like they say in the UK, let's throw it into the bin and let's move forward. So, all right. So, as we seen, as we've seen. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's do the Lucky Whitehead Award.
Mm-hmm.
The fan favorite Lucky Whitehead Award for the week. Cue it up, Zen. All right, Lucky Whitehead Award.
I'll go with Franklin from the Broncos. Like, he looked really good and shit, man, but was it the Cowboys making him look good? So a little bit of luck involved there, man. I'm going with your boy Franklin from the Broncos, man. I thought he looked pretty good. Again, though, you got Elam 3-4 yards away pointing at somebody, and ain't nobody on Franklin. But hey, I'm gonna go with Franklin, man. Just so I can say I participated in the award.
Is that a straight no chaser first that we award the lucky to
another first made by the only
on the
AC Kimmy?
Yeah, of the opposing team. Damn.
Yeah,
we just broke ground here.
JC's a man at first.
Hey, yeah, Chuck Howley won MVP in the Super Bowl and they lost. That shit happened.
He did indeed. He did.
Fair enough.
Did
Jerry West win MVP losing?
I think he did.
They played the Colts. Yeah, they played the Colts, and the dude had a couple of picks and shit, and was all over.
Jerry West.
How fast homeboy was, man. He was a bad cat, man. He won MVP.
I'm talking about basketball, JC. I'm talking about basketball. I think Jerry West won the MVP in the finals.
Yes, the logo. Yes,
yeah.
That also happened. The logo. Because like in that Lakers series winning time, right? They have him destroying the award, right? Because they didn't win the series, right?
Oh, that's
going
okay.
nuts with the crazy West Virginia accent and shit. God damn it!
That's right.
Yeah, man. Yes, the logo.
So man, in keeping with that thing, I'm going with the tried and true straight no chaser mantra. I ain't giving it to a damn soul.
Okay,
man, who from that outing? Because man, the lucky is become kind of a reverent thing on this show, man. I mean, this is a straight no chaser original, and you got to earn that thing. And I just can't just give to anybody for certainly a piss poor thing. Although I appreciate what my man JC just did, because that we broke ground there. That was the first, but I can't do it. Yeah. I ain't giving nobody shit.
I actually was gonna go D Brown's direction and give it to no one. I'm gonna give it to a guy who I'm not particularly high on.
Okay.
Who everybody swears is the greatest thing since sliced bread as a backup. So I'm gonna give Joe Milton. He got funky out there a little bit in garbage time and threw a nice touchdown to Jalen Taylor.
Okay.
So
fair enough.
The great Joe Milton. If you need 70 yards, he can throw at 70. If you need 10, he's throwing at 70. So I'm gonna give my guy Joe Milton.
He was dealing.
Fair enough.
Milton was dealing. He was out there dealing.
Man, that boy, he got a cannon on him, but goodness gracious, he can't turn that thing off. But so I'm gonna give it to that.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And shout out to the chat, guys. I see you guys are super active today. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Third World Columbia. Shout out to HG Wells. Y'all holding it down over there. I appreciate y'all. All right. Moving forward in the show, past the illustrious Lucky Whitehead Award. All right, so we can talk about a little bit. And guys, next segment, we're going to do a Cowboys trivia question. So you may want to hang out. We're going to give a free Cash App out. Money has not been determined, but, to the winner of the Cowboys trivia question. So y'all make sure y'all hanging around. All right, so our next segment, man, outcoached, outclassed. What are, and then we kind of talked about that in the recap segment, but I guess to kind of just put our thumbprint on that point again. Anything you've seen that's glaring about the two coaches going against each other with the new Jack on the street, who I think, Schottenheimer will be a good coach. I think he is a good coach, but he'll be one of those guys, when he figures things out against, the old man after him, Sean Payton, who, needs no introduction anywhere. Any little tidbit you may have saw, like, again, I don't want to beat the dead horse all the way away, but any little small thing you saw with the outcoach and outclass?
Well, yeah, this can be really brief. I think the tone was set, Cliff, to your question, on that first scoring drive. I think a couple of the play calls, he had a little. It was very McCarthy-like. He got cute. One thing I've really liked watching in this, opening stands of Shotty's head coaching career is just how when they got, from the 5-yard line in, they just very deliberate and turning around, smash mouth football, handing the ball to Williams, and they've been successful punching it in. And this was like a first and goal from maybe the 2, and and he got cute. Naturally the series bogged down and to settle for a field goal. And I thought that kind of set the tone, for what the rest of the day would be. And as it turned out, they just, you mentioned it earlier, Cliff, they just couldn't really get anything going. But I think that's one of those things. And for this team, I think, they just don't have that margin for error, particularly offensively, when they have to score points, right? Because we know what it is when the defense takes the field. If they do anything in terms of production, that's a surprise. So I think there's a bigger premium on this edition of the Cowboys. When they have an opportunity to get 7, they got to do that. And I don't think Shotty helped them in that opening drive. And he even referenced it. I think at a halftime and even in his post game that he said, we got to play better. I got to coach better. So I can fully appreciate the fact. And sometimes, we've all been athletes at a level. I mean, sometimes when it's like, hey man, I for whatever reason, I just wasn't on my shit today. I wasn't as sharp as I expected to be in those things. And what do you go out and do? I mean, you evaluate first. You acknowledge it. You evaluate what you would have done different, a little bit better. And the next time you go out, you rep what you do. And next time you go out, you perform, and you typically do it better, right? And that hopefully for the Cowboys that's the case. So, and then I'll flip it here, bro. You're going up against one of the best play designers, play callers, in history, in Sean Payton. You know what I mean? It's I mean. When you got to go up against a guy who can game plan with the very best there's ever been, whatever misstep you have, even if albeit a minor one, it's going to be glaring if you're going up against that guy. Because, he's going, you know what I'm saying? He's going to work your defense like few others. And boy, did he have a lot, to work, in terms of, he had to just look at his playbook and probably just start giggling. Like, oh shit, I know this is gonna work. So, there was he went up against one of the heavyweights and wasn't quite as sharp as he needed to be. I liked his accountability, and we'll see if I'm pretty confident that they'll dial it up tomorrow night and be better at least on that page. Sean Payton, is that supposed to be GOAT? He's
pretty damn good. He is
pretty damn good. I think he's one of the. I say this, I'm, like Cliff eloquently told me before we came on, reminded me of how old I am. And I am old, son of a bitch. He's probably one of JC. We probably can roll with me on this. He's probably one of the 3 best offensive minds I think I've ever witnessed. I'll
Reed
go
and
with
McVay being the other 2.
Yeah, well, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, Andy Reid is like fucking Picasso in that bitch as far as offensive football. Yeah, I mean, Sean Payton is it's brilliant. I don't know how else to put it. He's absolutely brilliant. The best screenplay calling designer ever. So yeah,
gotta have the players. I mean, homeboy with the free pass down in Miami is a great offensive mind. He ain't got the players.
Correct. So.
Well, let me say this. Does that validate kind of the beef that he kind of quietly has with Russell Wilson, that he just was not the coach at all for his scheme?
Yeah, I think
Bo
so.
Nix looking.
I think so.
Bo Nix looking like he that dude, and I'm sorry, I don't remember him being that dude in college. Somebody can correct me in the chat if I'm tripping.
Well, I mean, he had first of all, I think he had 16 years of eligibility, so there's that. Because I mean, he played in 2 teams in the SEC and then went out to Oregon and killed it. Yeah, I mean, he had just set a record for eligibility, but I mean, and that's just a coach. Kind of, you going back to the question, even with Shotty, this is a coach because I think Dak works well with what Shotty, how Shotty calls plays, and I think that system that he runs, highlights and really magnifies what Dak does well, and there's an identification there from Shotty, and you can see in the play calls and design and how Dak's played overall this season. You see that synergy there. So to that point, he sees something in Nick's. Nick's looks really good. He's actually looked good this season. He looked terrific against Dallas, and but it does say something. I think, Cliff. I think it's a great point to bring up that a guy who had the cachet and the everything that came with Russell Wilson, coming over from Seattle, you was thinking, oh man, he gets to Sean Payton, they gonna kill.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, and that just did not work. And so when it's not a fit, it's not a fit. And I think how things have played out, having left Denver, were you talking about Russell Wilson? It's fair to say that I don't think it was Sean Payton. That looked like more of a Russell Wilson thing. So I'm a big Sean Payton guy. When he had his little exile, I was hoping somehow that he would wind up here, through some, and give me a little drum roll, y'all. A little gerrymandering. Anyone? But yeah, that didn't happen. But I've always had the highest regard from him, from his days, obviously his legendary days in New Orleans. And for those that didn't know, he was the assistant head coach here during the Bill Parcells era. So still lives in the area, as a matter of fact. But big up Sean Payton. He put his brilliant stamp on the game last night. I think he one-upped our guy and Shotty, but hey, that happens. He's done that to a lot of people.
And to crystallize your point before JC go, well, hold on, let me go real quick. Yeah, I got you, JC. Because people, if we remember things in context, 2 years ago, people were saying that he was a bust of a head coach, that he couldn't even win with Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of shows, to your point, D. Brown, that if you get the guy to run your shit, as any coach would say, man, run my shit.
Mm-hmm.
There's a disconnect somewhere.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson want to play the way he wants to play, and not submitting. And I don't want to use it in terms of like you got to submit to another man per se, but no doubt. There's a pecking order of things, and maybe there's a big disconnect. So all that Russ is kind of a cornball. He comes in with that that Bronco Nation, let's ride, and those things are just hella cringe 2 years later. But the perception was that Russ, it's like Sean Payton should be thankful to have a Russell Wilson. And you could kind of see that there just was no synergy there. So when he leaves, the sentiment was he ran Russ off, but now 2 years later, he's looking like a goddamn genius with a guy, like you said, with 16 years of eligibility, looking like I ain't gonna say a world beater, that's a little far field, but looking like a damn competent
100%.
Starting quarterback.
100%.
JC, go ahead.
Man, you got to have juice because I keep seeing these massive quarterback contracts. The Deshaun Watsons and the Russell Wilsons, and you're like, oh my God, they can't get out of that motherfucker. There ain't no way, right? And I'm speaking about Watson. And Watson had a massive deal in Houston. It was huge. One of those you can't trade, can't get out of deals, and they did, right? And you see Peyton, he's got stroke. He comes in from jump. Obviously, with what we see Russell Wilson, I still think Russell's a first ballot Hall of Famer. I really don't care what anybody says. But I guarantee you, you know what I'm saying? Talk about being a fly on the wall, right? After that debacle, man, I could just see Peyton calling Wilson to his office. You know what, Wilson? Close the door behind you. First of all, let me tell you something. Nobody here likes you. All that fake virgin bullshit. All right. Screw that shit.
I can see that.
I'll trot fucking Simeon out there at quarterback. Whoever that 7th round dude Peterman or some shit. You got to go. And, you see what happened. I wasn't super high on Bo Nix, but obviously, man, Peyton saw something that I didn't. I know Bo Nix is an excellent athlete, but he saw something that I didn't. And he's got a lot of stroke around there, man. And they're heading in the right direction, man. Before we land the Bronco plane, yeah, man, the Broncos have a winning record against us. All right. That's all fine and good. But I do seem to remember one particular game that had more weight than normal games. And the Cowboys came out on top in that one.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
right. Look on that Bronco fan, flannel wearing, Caitlin Clark looking ass. Take that with you.
Yeah. Shout out to Golden Richards.
That's
my
man. Well,
boy, Newhouse dropped the time on him, didn't he? That was a great throw. Best throw of the game.
There you go. Well, all right. So as we move forward to the show, matter of fact, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead. I mean, we got some live listeners here, and I appreciate y'all for being part of the show. Y'all hit the like button, please. Y'all, you know, they don't cost you Nathan. If you want your if you want your question to be injected into the conversation, y'all can drop a super chat, you know, and we'll make room for it. All right, so we talked about the recap of the game. We talked about the Lucky Award. We talked about being, you know, the coaching difference from a Sean Payton. Yeah, you know what, Z? Let's go ahead and fire the trivia question up. So we got a $10 cash app to the winner this week.
You know, Hoop, I'm just going to need just a second on that. So if you could maybe talk about the events of last night. You know, again, at least in the association, you got teams that are 5-0 that haven't been 5-0 in years. Really quick, the Chicago Bulls being one.
The Spurs as well.
Spurs are 5-0. And, of course, you know, I'm really proud of my Portland Trailblazers right now. But
yeah, they hooping too.
Yeah, we doing big things.
They got that young backcourt, Trailblazers.
Yeah, the defense.
Hey, that's kind of the formula now, man. Having that young backcourt, man. Those days of just grouping three geezers or like soon-to-be geezers and trying to just mow over the league with talent, yeah, those days are over.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do it real quick here. Pardon me for lack of video and music today, but the question is, Jeopardy, who holds the Dallas Cowboys franchise record for career receiving yards? And we'll start the music now. You got 30 seconds, folks.
30 seconds, y'all.
Winner gets
$10 to cash out.
This is Jackie Harris. All right, who is this?
That's your generic 2-week club music right there.
Can we get one of them D Brown raps?
Oh wow! Give me on the spot with the live bars.
The rap, never been capped.
That's your 30 seconds, folks. Let's see if we have any winners in the chat.
Anybody?
Well, you're all winners in the chat. But
Third says Michael Irvin.
Third says Michael Irvin. Let's see if he is correct. Drum roll, please, Joey. Sorry, ChatGPT is taking a long time to bring back the response.
I'm about to say goddamn show.
Yeah, he's right.
The answer is Jason Witten.
Wow.
Mr. Reliable.
Snap.
Jason
Witten. Damn.
Yep.
No money today, everybody. My $5 is safe.
My $5 is safe. But I appreciate third participating.
No doubt.
My guess.
But you know what? That was a great question. So when I saw it, I was like, the response is going to be Irvin, right?
You got like 2,000 catches for 13,000 yards and shit.
Yeah. Yep.
Nah, man, but Witten was cold, man. Witten was legit. First battle Hall of Fame.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so y'all, the pot gets back every week. We got y'all next week, man. So thanks you for participating this week. You didn't quite get it, but stick around next week. We're gonna put some change in your pocket. Get yourself 2 cups of coffee for you and a nice little lady that you may have. So all right, so moving forward, let's talk about the Cardinals and Cowboys preview, because as we know, the Cardinals are, you know, a team you can kind of get your thing back on with, and as we said, you know, slump buster, as some would call it. You know, if you're not having a great time, you may call up some a little on the heavier side, and and remember who you are. Somebody in the chat tell me
Boy, we live this morning. I love it.
Hello, America.
Hello, America. God, dog. Woo!
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias. Los
Chubby
Americanos.
Chasers. Hey, man.
Chubby chasers in the world.
Shout out
to the big women out there,
to the big guns.
Let me stop while I'm ahead.
Yes, please.
But no, in all seriousness, though, the Cardinals are not doing great. They do not have their starting quarterback with one Kyler Murray. Now, listen, Jacoby Brissett is nothing to shake a fist at. I mean, now listen, this could be one of those. Now, this kind of sounds ridiculous saying a trap game being we're 3-4, they're 2-5. However, we know who the better team is, and this is a team that can play competently. So, gentlemen, some of your insights, some of your thoughts about Monday's game. Y'all remember that Monday against the Cardinals?
Man, they played a lot of close games. The Cowboys actually have a worse point differential and a slightly better overall record, thanks to the tie and the extra dub. And Brissett has, speaking of competently, there's that word again, man. Brissett has proven himself to be competent. You think, okay, no Murray, that really helps. But Brissett's played well these last couple of games. He's actually kind of rolling. I always like the kid. Like I said, man, competent quarterback. That's why he keeps getting jobs, man. And so again, you're not out of the water or out of the woods, so to speak, with these boys just because Brissett's in the game. Shit, they had that one dude, who was the brother Dobbs with no fucking eyebrows. Lemonhead looking back. And he killed that. This guy zone reading out of his mind, right? And they waxed Dallas. You know what I'm saying?
Did.
That was the famous when Mike McCarthy declined the safety game. Oh man, but we ain't gonna go back on that. They present problems. Cowboys are at home. I think that once again, it gets back to the run game. And here's the thing. Cardinals have a pretty okay, not bad defense. They're playing pretty well, man. I mean, there's that guy again, man, Buda Baker. You know what I'm saying? Some bitch just makes plays. You know what I mean? So, this is not a walkover by any stretch of the imagination, but they are at home. So that does make you feel a little bit better. And again, man, it's like I said, it's all part of the crawl, brothers. Hey, man, 3-4. Let's just win this subbitch, get to 4-4. Then figure out how to get to 5-4. You know what I'm saying? Let's just stack some W's and try to figure this shit out. I mean, because as it looks now, this is the odds of the Cowboys making the playoffs are damn near infinitesimal because it looks like the Eagles are going to win the division. And with all the other teams in front of them, it doesn't look good. It could obviously still happen, but the main thing, man, is that, like I said, man, they need to win 70% of the remaining games, which obviously that percentage is now 77 because you lost that game against Denver, because you lost that game against Carolina. You know what I'm saying? So, you're up against it now, man. And this is one where you need to come out and just, again, man, just get this one. Just get this one. I think it's going to be a pretty exciting game, man, oddly enough. I think it's going to be a close game. The Cowboys just need to find a way to get this one and get, again, man, get back to the run game. Yeah, that's the main thing, man. Get back to the run game. You're competent there, but the problem with the run game thing is that, a la Bill Parcells, he complemented that with defense. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
When you do that run game thing and you slow it down and you get it back to kind of a nose-to-nose type of a thing, as we talk about the back and forth of the NFL, you got to get fucking stops. Yeah. You have to get stops. All right. That's the main thing. That also, not getting stops, takes you out of your run game. Again, this is again, man, it's another one they need. And this is, I would say this is must-win conference game. You pretty much have to have this one. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, there's no way on God's green earth that you lose this one, but, you fuck around, pull a rabbit out of a hat against KC and Detroit in Detroit. All right? And Tanya Shire's not even texting me for those games. You already know. Unwinnable. Unfucking winnable. All right. So you just have to get this one. You know, that like all the emotion and they're trash and wait for the playoffs, all this shit. Get this one. You got to get this one. Period. Got to get this one.
Yep. What?
Slump Buster. Oh, I see the Slump Buster crawl. Real quick. Does everybody know what slump busting is? Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you. When you are in a slump, you go out and you get you a big girl. Mm-hmm. Not fat fine, just fat. Big one. And you handle business, right? And usually if you're a baseball player, when you do that, you come out the next day and go 4 for 5.
Oh, my goodness.
That's slump busting, if you care. That's what it's about.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the thoughts of one JC Comic live on Straight No Chaser and Slump Buster.
Hey, like they say on Coming to America, he ain't lying.
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
I love this show.
You gotta get active, baby. I
love this show. There's just so many wonderful twists and turns. And that's
the proverbial JC derail.
Oh man, yeah. So as I
driving us into the ditch, sir.
Oh man, as I attempt to get it back on the rail, I don't know if I want to.
I didn't make the crawl. Shit, don't blame me.
Yeah. Oh, this is awesome. But man, I looking at this matchup, this JC, you know, big girls notwithstanding, I think he's dead on. In terms of having to get this one for this season, man. To you know, let's just keep it a band for this season to have any semblance of conversation of a postseason, right? I mean, it's really come down to. I mean, you referenced the percentage of games they've got to win, but for that to even remotely begin to be a conversation, you've got to win this game, and you got to win in Vegas. That's your 5-4-1 that you're talking about, JC. And if they don't, then let's fire up all the next year conversations and what do they do in the draft and all that, because that's where it's at. If you don't win this one tomorrow night, you know, and you don't get the game, Cowboys with the rare back-to-back Monday night games. That's crazy. But if you don't get this one,
hey, no trades if you lose.
Right.
Oh yeah,
so, right. No trades if you lose.
No,
right.
Absolutely not. So, but just staying on this one, I mean, this is a game. We're back to, you know, on this carousel. We're back to this game. This is a game they should win, and I think they should win it even if Murray was a full go. But you know, it would have been interesting to see Kyler. You know, obviously Kyler Murray, Dallas area, high school legend, has. You know, if you count the times that he's played in AT&T Stadium, he's never lost.
Never lost. Like LeVar Ball, never lost.
Yeah, they never lost, man. You know, and going back to the old man shit clip. You know, I knew his pops in high school. Yeah, his pops is a year older than I am. It's amazing that
good
Kyler
ball player,
being the legend that he is.
Well,
not only a good ball player, but Kevin. So backstory: my mom actually taught Kevin Murray, his dad, in middle school at Rusk Middle School, and as a matter of fact, Kevin gave my mom a napkin that she kept forever with his autograph on it. Right, he said one day I'm going to be a star, and that's before he went to Texas A&M. Right, but was and actually Kyler's uncle Calvin went to WTY High School where I graduated from and graduated with my brother Jason. He spent time out. So know the Murray family.
Longhorns in the house.
Yeah.
Longhorns in the house.
But it's a trip, man. You know, Kyler came from such athletic stock because, you know, like I said, his uncle had like a 9-10 year career as a journeyman in MLB. His dad, for those of you who don't know this backstory, not only was a good football player, bro, he was first team All-State in 4 sports in Texas. That's a fact. He was an all-state guard at North Dallas High School. He was an all-state guard. He was all-state in track. And, he was all-state in baseball. Matter of fact, he got drafted by the Brewers, and that famous champion where he kept the money and ended up going to A&M. And, of course, he was all-state quarterback. So, this dude came from some serious stock. Kyler Murray did. It's been interesting that his trajectory is not quite. I saw Third Ward's comment earlier in the chat about how he hasn't matured and really taken that step to become elite when he's got that kind of talent.
I thought this shit was going to work too. I agree.
Yeah. And I think Third Ward Columbia nailed it on the maturity thing. And I thought it was a real interesting decision for him. Think about it. This guy's number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft, and he was top 5, 8 in the MLB draft.
MLB draft, yep.
Yeah. So this kid was a stud athlete, but I think the maturity thing is a spot on point by our guy Third Ward Columbia. I think he nailed it. And so it'll be interesting to see how things, if he ever does mature and then he starts to resemble what was expected of him as number 1 overall pick. The team, as it were, I don't think Dallas is good enough to just go out or fans should, from the standpoint of just say, man, they're gonna go out and just whip their ass. I think this is going to be a really competitive game. And again, this is the mantra for this season. They don't have the margin for error. I'm talking about offensively, not to score a touchdown. When they get in the red zone, they got to convert. Because you can't count on that defense. To JC's earlier point, a very, very strong point. They can't count on that defense getting stops. And that's just the way things are here. And when you can't count on a defense to, hey man, we're gonna go out and get off the field and limit these guys to 3 downs and get off the field. When you can't do that, when you have to over celebrate when that happens, or when you, as has happened with the Cowboys a couple times and a couple of the L's, when you get that one series and they actually do get a stop, but oh wait a minute, there's the flag, and they shoot themselves in the foot, and then they go on to score, and it just torpedoed everything about what little momentum that defense gave you. That's what's been this season. So I think I just by virtue of I think Dallas having the better offense, maybe they can get a play or two. But it's one of those by any means necessary. And every chance, if that offense bogged down and they're on the plus side of the 50, run Brandon Aubrey's ass out there and he kicked the field goal, man, because by hook or by crook, they have to get this game to have any semblance of anything of a conversation about this season. They got to get this.
No, that's straight up. Because we didn't bank the Carolina game, which we should have banked. So now it's dire straits. We have to win this game. And kind of going back to the Kyler Murray thing, you said you had hope in him. And that makes sense, the story you paint, because of his pedigree. I just saw like a very undersized quarterback who has to have a lot of things go right, from his coordinator, coach Cliff Kingsbury at the time. Which he has the unconventional college to NFL style. Like everything had to go right for him to succeed, and I don't see it from a small quarterback like that. And then we talked about the maturity issues, so much so that they had to put this in his contract about him playing video games.
Yeah, that's a great point.
So I just, everybody was like kind of flabbergasted at the time, like, saying how disrespectful that was. But here we are, like, what, 5-6 years upfield? Was it really?
Yeah, all of a sudden, yeah.
Was it really that disrespectful, though? Because we're seeing the same problem. Like, sometimes it's just, it ain't being discriminatory. It's just damn good observation skills, damn good, observation of character. Sorry. I.e. profiling. Sometimes shit. We all from the city.
The optics are just bad on him.
Right. When the optics look bad, just like, I'm good. Bad. Like, just walking through the hood, you see someone, you look a little shady, like, I'm across the street. I'm not gonna go and find out if my premonitions are bad. Sometimes I can just smell you wrong. Like, no, it's just something missing there. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I think that's what what the front office did, and they made the contract to protect themselves because of some of the things they saw. So I say all that to say, I hope he matures. I hope he gets to the part to where he, can be that player that a lot of people thought he could be. Personally, I don't see it, but I mean, what's my opinion? But bringing it back to the actual game with Jacoby Brissett, who from inception has been a dangerous backup from New England on forward.
I like Brissett.
Yeah,
I like him a lot. And hey, just real quick on Kyler Murray to wrap that whole thing up.
Go ahead.
The thing with him, man, is just you look at him and you just envision him saying on the side, "Hey, Mom, they're gonna let me play in the game against the Cowboys. Can we go to Chuck E. Cheese afterwards?" Like he looks, you know what I'm saying, just so tiny, but he can ball, man. And it's really a shame for that franchise, right? Which that franchise has, oh my God, that franchise has been really, really bad. It's really a shame, man, that they're not, to see him grow and mature, man, into what he still can be. I mean, he's got a ton of talent, no doubt about it.
Yeah. No, I agree. He's very talented. I just always question his style and his maturity because he just got a lot that he's fighting against to be great. And I just don't see it. I never saw it personally. But all right, so moving forward. So with the Cardinals, man, listen, again, like D Brown said, this is a game we have to bank. And these dudes on a 5-game losing streak at the end of the day. We shouldn't be the team who gives them who they use as a slump buster to us. That's something that we can't be to them. Now, their only wins coming from bad teams from the Saints and the Panthers. Now, I know that's kind of, speaking out of both sides of my mouth, saying that the Panthers, because we obviously lost to them, I think that's a game that we shouldn't have dropped. We play them again 10 more times. I doubt we lose. But they beat the Panthers 27-22, beat the Saints 20-13. Now, let me say this. They lost to some pretty good teams in the middle. And they don't lose by a lot. They put points on the board. They lost to the 49ers 16-15. Seahawks 23-20. Titans, I wouldn't say it's a good team, but explosive young quarterback, 22-21. Colts, the red hot Colts, 31-27. That's a kind of an impressive loss, if we're being honest. And then last week losing to the Packers 27-20.
One-play game.
So you're not going to kick this team's ass. Like, their defense is going to show up. Their offense can score if necessary. And if it's any team that's giving it up, there will be Eberflus's bunch over there on their backside. So I think this is going to be a better game than a lot of people think because arguably they may be more dangerous under Brissett.
They may be.
They got to get Harrison Jr. going.
Yeah.
The tight end is playing out of his mind. They got to get Harrison Jr. going.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? As prodigious a talent as he is, the rumblings are now that, he doesn't work hard, which that doesn't jibe at all with this father Marvin, who was an absolute grinder of the highest order, right?
Yes,
I'm talking about Antonio Brown type work ethic shit, which people forget that about AB. That's what made him great. Was his when AB was on top of the game, unbelievable work ethic. Same thing with Marvin Harrison Sr. And Junior is more physically gifted. He's bigger. He's bigger than his father. Yeah. Everything is there, man. Yeah. Everything is there for him. They got to get him going. And again, if you're Arizona, you got to be thinking, here's the perfect spot to do it.
This is the game.
If you look out there and you see fucking Elam on his ass, screw what the play call is. All right, seriously. And I think, you're going to get a lot of that, man. They need to get him going. They really do, because I was stunned to see that he hasn't had a breakout game this year. He's not had the 8 for 150 couple score game. That hasn't happened. And over time, when you're 3, 4, 5 games in and you see that this is not happening, you're like, well, wait a minute, man. Like, this kid can play. What the hell is going on? What ends up happening is it's on you, brother. I know receiver is nobody knows more than me that receiver is a dependent position. Probably the most dependent position, I would say, in football. But hey, man, if you're not getting it done and they tried force feeding it to you, they're going to stop coming to your ass. Mm-hmm. Yep. So it's just imperative for them, man, and really for the future of that organization is to get this dude, get him on the path to be a number one. You got his teammate, the kid down in Tampa, I believe, that's a rookie, right? And you got these other Ohio State cats. They're progressing. The kid that's a rookie, I'm not going to even try to pronounce his last name, down in Tampa, he's progressing. He's balling, just a rookie. They expect the same out of you, Junior. So show up and get it done. And I think he's good. I think he's going to get a lot of targets tomorrow. I really believe that.
Yeah, I mean, this is the team to get it going, you know. And shout out to my coach, Daryl Hawkins, the great Daryl Hawkins from Arkansas. If you guys remember, played with Todd Day and Corliss Williamson and all them. He was my coach at Prairie View.
40 minutes.
All the female listeners. You say who?
Big Nasty.
Who that? Big O? Corliss. Okay, yeah. And shout out to him, man. He had no.
Man, I thought he was gonna be cold.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's a big old boy. Corliss is a big old boy. He had Big O come down practice before. He had Coach the legendary Coach Nolan Richardson come to practice a few times, and so you know it was cool having Coach Hawkins.
40 minutes ahead.
Huh? 40 minutes ahead.
Yes,
I remember we played Louisville. They were talking about that, and they said, "Well, I don't know if Prairie View can do that. It might be 40 minutes of heck."
So he's part of that. He's part of that Richardson Perry Hill tree. Hawkins, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So shout out to Coach Hawk.
I had to get a Perry Hill blast in there. There
you go. And Hawk used to always say this thing like when we were playing bad, and all our female listeners, y'all close y'all ears real quick. He like fresh pussy out there in Prairie View. So meaning that if you want to get your dub, you can come through us because we was playing soft. So it's like, hey man, fresh P out there in Dallas, man. So as far as defense is concerned, so if Marvin Harrison needs this breakout game, what better week than to do it against us, man? Because shit, we can't stop a damn cold.
Got a question for the panel, real quick. It pertains to this game. So
real quick before you do that, a shout out to the 20 Game Sports dropping that $3 super chat on it. Appreciate you, brother. All right, go ahead, D Brown.
20 Game, man. Appreciate that. Question for the panel, man. So, you know, much has been made, and rightfully so, about this whole disaster that's been this defense, and of course, Matt Eberflus, and then changes and what have you. We touched on this last week about, you know, what can you change, because you just can't, you know, you just can't go get all new guys. You gotta coach up the ones that you have. And we talked on this show about the practice squad guys, and it's like, what they practicing? But one of the changes that they talked about openly, and I want to throw it out there for you guys and guys in the chat, is one of the changes is actually giving Jadeveon Clowney more snaps. Where you guys with that? Because I mean, there's going to be a noted effort. It's like, you know, he's ready. He's gotten himself, you know, I guess back up to speed fully, what have you. And Shida himself was quoted as like, you know, he's ready and he's going to play more. So that's going to be an interesting watch to see what, if any, you know, a healthier or heavier dose of Jadeveon Clowney. Do you think that you think it plays out plays in Cowboys' favor? So, you know, to be, you know, you're not asking him to be Micah Parsons, you're asking him to be Jadeveon Clowney, you know, who was drafted to be the record now.
He's good run defender too. He needs to start.
Yeah. So it, you know, what do you guys think in terms of that insertion, in terms of changes to, you know, help this defense be productive?
It's a no-brainer.
Go ahead, Jason.
It's a no-brainer. Yeah, no, it's a no-brainer. You have to do it. You know, he's again 6'5", 267. All right, and he's a different cat than Williams and Nealon. All right, and you know you're gonna have to play those guys anyway. But Clowney needs to be your starter. That should be your first and second down guy without question. All right, Fowler has shown he's third down only. All right, he's third down guy only. All right, and really these other guys kind of have too. And Nealon, I don't know what he's doing. I heard the other day, well, Nealon's playing through an injury right now. Well, hey, man, like the great Robin Harris would say, hey, Playboy, it's year 2. Gotta go. Gotta go, man. Right, we can't, you know what I'm saying? All of this, he's nursing. Hey, man, ain't nobody 100% right now. I don't want to hear shit. All right. And I say that because I was high on Nealon. I thought he was a really good leverage player. I thought there was some real potential there, man. Just have not seen it. Have not seen it. Williams, too. And again, with Williams, it's first year back after the ACL. Whatever, man. Got to go up out of there. The clock is ticking, right? Put the veteran in there. Get Clowney in there and start him. That's one move you can make for sure. And I agree making it. So. But the problem is, what do you do in the secondary, Cliff? What do you do in the secondary?
Man, put some cones out there or something. Shit. I'm tackling them dummies. Just let them stay in one spot. Put them in about 20 yards out.
Oh, shit. Stay in cones.
What a commentary, man. Put some cones out there. I love it. God, man.
To the dummy.
Cones.
Yeah, no, it's bad, man. It's bad, man. We can have a whole show just talking about how bad the Cowboys.
It is bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's terrible.
It's bad. Well, to the
bad. Both safeties still out.
Yeah,
both the starters are still out.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe so. Yeah, it's a graveyard.
So Diggs is out. So Diggs won't be there. And both the safeties are out. So this looks again like last week in terms of who they're running out there.
Let me check the injury.
What's up with Wanye? And
I think he's out too.
I know he was hurt. Hooker's not back yet. I mean, who would have thought? And I don't hate Malik Hooker, but who would have thought we would have been pining for the return of Malik Hooker?
Right.
Like
this is where the thing is.
Get Hooker back out here.
It'd be like that sometimes.
I mean, it's tough, man. They're banged up.
Yeah.
And now here's the thing, though. Guess who's more banged up than they are in the secondary and hogging out? Detroit. Yeah. Detroit's more banged up than anybody. And it's no coincidence. That Campbell is. They are a diehard man team. Now it's still difficult to get really good man corners because if they're bumping around, they usually play for someone. But they stayed with their scheme, and I say Detroit's holding up pretty well, man.
No doubt.
Probably the best team in the NFC, if you ask me.
Right.
But
I got this. Are y'all ready?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, Clark as safety's out to November 17th. Rebels out to November 17th. Cornerback, safety Thomas Jr. He's out. Well, he's questionable for today, for tomorrow rather. Donovan Wilson's out to the 17th. Diggs is out to the 27th, and Butler he's out. He's just out. So yeah,
so everybody's coming back for the Monday night Raider game.
They're gonna have cats in the starting lineup that I don't know who they are.
Yeah,
think about that.
Yeah.
Hey, to your earlier point, JC, Marvin Harrison's got to eat today. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
If he doesn't eat tomorrow, then they've got a deeper rooted issue than what they probably realize. I mean, and even with Jacoby Brissett, throwing the ball, that game plan has to be heavy. Okay, Rook, check it out. Get your mind right. Run your precise routes because this is the old school clip, like they say in the old days. This is the B team. The Cowboys are running the B team out there in the secondary. That is the B team. So if Marvin Harrison doesn't eat, against that, they got an issue. But to offset that, to your point about Clowney, it almost makes it a no-brainer that you got to get to help those guys out.
Let that tight end eat. Don't let Harrison kill you. Let that tight end eat. Don't let Harrison kill you.
I'm saying play him because he's getting in game shape. I'm sure he'll say that to you verbatim. He's getting more and more steam up under. So yeah, unleash him. I want to see more James Houston as always, and let's just keep that train running, man.
Bet.
Keep that train running. All right, so good show. Oh, we didn't do the score predictions. Score predictions, real quick, and then before we round it out. I guess I'll start off.
Fire it up, man.
We play good at home. We're undefeated at home. We good for about 3 touchdowns plus. Arizona does not get blown out. So I'm going to go 31-28. Good guys.
Solid. I'll roll with a pretty similar score. I think their offense gets back on track. They said the home atmosphere works for them. But I think Arizona is going to scrap just because of what Dallas is going to roll out there. So I think it'll be tight as well. I'm going to go 34-30 Cowboys.
34-30.
I'm going to stick with my weird score predictions that don't win any of those number square games. I'm going to say Dallas wins 29-25.
29-25.
And this is a game where I think they do just enough.
Yeah.
They do just enough to win. You hold them to 25, you're like, man, that's a successful day for our defense. They do just enough to win. 29-25.
There you go. So now, as much as I want to say my signature beat their ass, I think we're going to maybe put all that in lowercase. Like, maybe beat their ass. I'm not saying it with my chest, man. After last week, my confidence is gone. But my confidence has been rocked. It's not gone. Right. But I'm not speaking with my chest till I see it, man. Next week I may be back with some ill shit to say. So thank y'all, man, for pulling up, man. Good show, gentlemen. Any parting words for the viewing audience?
Well,
the brown liquor has returned after a 3-month absence.
All right.
The brown liquor is back as I continue to wage war against my liver.
There you go. Hey, man, closing out what's been a really, really good birthday weekend. Looking forward to my grandchild's first birthday, which is actually tomorrow. So
there you go. My birthday in 2 weeks.
Yeah, score up living. That's what it is.
Yep. Straight no chaser. And we catch y'all on the next one.
Go Cowboys.
Peace.